Good Saturday evening, South Mississippi. Meteorologist Taylor Graham here, joining you from the newsroom on this final day of February, which we had some really nice weather to wrap up the month. And I'm happy to say that this beautiful weather continues into the rest of the weekend. But early this morning, we did have some dense fog in some areas, and we may see a little bit more of that patchy dense fog develop overnight tonight. As far as I can tell this evening, things are nice and clear for the time being. But as we head into early Sunday morning, we may be dealing with more of that patchy dense fog. I actually need to drop those temperatures a little bit. We've already cooled down into the upper 50s in many spots as of about 9 o'clock. By the time we get to the sunrise on Sunday, we are going to be in the upper 40s and low 50s. The sky remains clear, but we may see some of that patchy dense fog develop just before the sunrise tomorrow. We are under a dense fog advisory that technically begins at 2 o'clock in the morning, lasting until 9 o'clock Sunday morning. So just something to be mindful of if you're going to be out and about early in the morning. That also extends into parts of southeast Louisiana. So if you're going to be driving westward into parts of the New Orleans metro, heads up, you may also run into some of that dense fog as well. Looks like temperatures as of 9 o'clock, mainly in the mid to upper 50s. It's nice and cool outside, not abnormal for this time of the year. Our temperatures are going to be close to normal for those morning lows once we get to Sunday morning. Our normal low temperature for March 1st is at 49. So we will be getting close to that tomorrow morning. Overall, we've got a pretty nice evening on tap. Not overly chilly by any means, and obviously we are going to be staying well above freezing, so no issues there. 57 currently in Gulfport at the airport. The wind is calm. The sky is mostly clear, so we will see some of that patchy fog develop overnight tonight. And as we head into Sunday, hopefully you like the weather we had today, because it's going to be very similar. Today we hit a high of 74 in Gulfport at the airport. That's quite a few degrees above normal for this time of the year. Nowhere near the record high, but it was a little bit warmer than normal for the end of February. But I think I'd speak for a lot of people that it was absolutely beautiful today. It wasn't overly humid. Sure, we had some fog this morning. It didn't last all day. We had lots of sunshine to enjoy earlier this afternoon. And it looks like that's going to be the case again as we get into Sunday. One downside, though, to the beautiful weather is we really do need more rain here across the area. For the month of February, we only picked up roughly about an inch of rainfall at the airport in Gulfport. So we are running a deficit of rainfall so far for our year-to-date rainfall. But otherwise, the weather was beautiful today, and we are in for another gorgeous day tomorrow with high temperatures back into the mid to upper 70s. Satellite and radar right now, nice and quiet. We have an area of high pressure at the surface that's centered just to our east. It's close enough to us to give us a calm wind, a clear sky, and most of the southeast enjoying some very quiet weather this evening. So the rest of the night, not seeing any issues other than a few areas getting some of that patchy dense fog. We'll start off tomorrow morning, upper 40s and low 50s. Tomorrow afternoon, a winter in my book. We're going to be back into the mid to upper 70s later in the day. A good bit of sunshine in the forecast. We may have some passing clouds, but overall another great day to spend some time outside. A bit chilly again Monday morning. Temperatures upper 40s, low 50s. We may also start off with a little fog. Monday afternoon, we are right back into the mid to upper 70s. I wouldn't be surprised if a few inland areas are going to be pushing 80 at that point. It is going to start to turn a little bit breezy Monday and into Tuesday. And as we get into Tuesday morning, there may be some fog. There may be a few clouds passing through. We don't have any rain in the forecast at this time, but I'm emphasizing Tuesday morning because we have a total lunar eclipse that's going to be happening shortly before the sunrise on Tuesday. So I'm hoping that the weather is going to cooperate, and hopefully we don't have too much in the way of cloud cover, nor do we have too much fog to get in the way of viewing that. The total eclipse is going to begin at 5:04 on Tuesday morning, so before the sunrise, you'll have to be up pretty early to catch this. The maximum eclipse is going to be at 5:33. By the time we see the total eclipse end, keep in mind that the moon is going to be close to the horizon, and then by the time the partial eclipse ends, the end of the eclipse, the moon will already be below the horizon at that point. But 5:33 on Tuesday morning, if you want to catch the maximum eclipse. there you go. You can be able to see the total eclipse between 5:04 and 6:02 early Tuesday morning. This is also referred to as a blood moon, and that's because the moon will have a reddish color to it, with the earth blocking the sunlight from the moon, and the blue light gets scattered and the red light is left. So that's why it has that red hue. So again, something you may want to check out if you're going to be up early on Tuesday morning, or maybe set your alarm. I know for me personally, I'm going to be asleep. I'll set my alarm to check that out. But something neat going on as we head into this upcoming week. Otherwise, we are going to be stuck in a very spring-like pattern for quite some time. So the pattern this upcoming week or next week, we'll see a ridge of high pressure anchored just to our east, a trough with some cooler air farther to our north and west. We are going to be feeling more of the influence of this ridge. That means it's going to be warmer than normal. And also, we're not looking at a ton of rain this upcoming week. We may see a few showers and thunderstorms by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But in between that ridge and that trough, we may see some clusters of showers and storms move through those areas. Generally speaking, it looks like the majority of the rain this upcoming week may stay just to our north and west, but we may get a few showers and storms by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I think what everybody's going to be noticing more are the warm days up ahead. Our high temperatures over the next 7 days are going to be well above normal. These are high temperatures forecast across the coast. We're going to be in the mid-70s Sunday, Monday, into Tuesday, and then we will continue to warm up a little bit more. Keep in mind, with these warmer afternoons, the water temperature also going to increase, so we may be not feeling as much of the cooling effect over the sound by the time we get into the end of the week. And by the time we get to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we are looking at the mid to upper 70s across the coast. If you live farther inland, away from the cooler water and the sound, probably no surprise, you are going to be in the low 80s, even beginning as early as Tuesday, possibly even a few spots. I wouldn't be shocked hitting 80 by tomorrow and Monday. But the overall trend, things are looking pretty warm throughout the first week of March. Getting a little bit of a head start on spring, it seems like. Just for reference, our normal high on March 1st for Gulfport is 68, normal low 49. The end of the month, our normal high is 73 and our normal low is 55. So obviously by the end of the month, it's a lot more consistent that we will be getting these warm days. But I have to say, for the first week of March, it is going to be consistently warm, and it even looks like some of that warm weather will linger into the second week of March as well. So very spring-like over the next several days. What about our final freeze? It's too early to say if we're out of the woods just yet. The earliest time we had a final freeze for our winter season was actually Christmas Day. That was back in 1906. Generally speaking, when you take an average of our final freeze dates for the winter season, it's usually February 20th, February 21st, and this goes for our records that we have based in Gulfport. On record, the latest freeze that we've ever had in Gulfport was on March 31st. That was back in 2003. So even though the first couple of weeks of March are looking really warm, it's not to say we couldn't see some cooler shots of air at some point during the month of March. But just based off of what I've been seeing, things are looking pretty warm over the next several days. I would still hold off on planting at this point, just because history tells us that we can see freezing temperatures by the end of the month. It's too early to say if that's going to be happening this March, but you may want to hold off on planting for the time being. Otherwise, some of us may be getting a little spring fever this upcoming week. High temperatures, mid to upper 70s on the coast, low 80s expected farther inland. Personally, I love this type of weather. I know some people enjoy the cooler weather, and of course, as we get into summer, things are going to be much, much warmer, so I know eventually we will be trending in that direction. But for me, this is kind of like that Goldilocks zone with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, and it's not overly humid just yet. So hopefully you can get on outside and enjoy some of the weather. We do need more rain in the area. Our next best chance of that, Thursday, Friday, and even into Saturday. Doesn't look like a ton of rain at this time. we'll keep you posted on that. So with the good comes the bad. The good news is beautiful weather tomorrow and Monday to be outside. Of course, we need more rainfall. Hopefully at some point we can get that, and it does look like we have a slightly better chance of that by Thursday and Friday of this upcoming week. Time now is 9:18. We are about 40 minutes away from our newscast coming up at 10 o'clock this evening. We'll have all the latest news going on. I know there's a lot of international news going on regarding Iran, so we will have the latest updates on that. Plus, we'll have another look at your forecast coming up tonight at 10. So we hope you join us on WLOX.